Hello Leetcoders, let's do this problem Leetcode 136 and finally exercise our JOR operator, which in the last video we were not able to exercise because of the constraints or because of the test cases that were involved. But here in this case, the problem says that given a non-empty array of integers nums, every element appears twice except for one. Find that single one. You must implement a solution with a linear runtime, which is basically ON, and use only one constant extra space. So basically, we are not supposed to use a lot of space, and we are supposed to do it in ON. And I guess by constant extra space he means O1, in the sense that you probably are better off not allocating a new list or array or something like that, or hash table or anything. Just do it in one pass. And so if you see in C, how do we do that? In C, we start with a, so what is the approach we will take? So here you see examples. I don't want to go through because they're too simple. So to say every number appears twice except one. So 2, 2, 1. 1 appears only once. How do you get output 1? In this case 4. In this case 1. So the approach that we are going to use here is the JOR operator. And what are the properties of the JOR operator? So I'm going to write here, we will use JOR of the properties of JOR operator. And some of the interesting properties of JOR operators are, so we'll use the properties of JOR operator, not operators. So you come here, property, is fine, of JOR operator. Okay, so what are the properties we'll use? Sorry, here it should be star. Okay, so the properties we'll use are, some of the properties that we'll use are, the first and most, something called identity property, which is if you JOR any number with itself, like for example, say A, suppose A is some number, A JOR 0 is A, remember. Meaning if you JOR a number with 0, you'll get A. If you JOR a number by itself, it will cancel out itself, so it will be 0. And basically these are the two most important properties we'll use in this program. So let's start with this. And most important thing is the second property, which says if you JOR a number with itself, it cancels out. So if you take 2 and 2, if you JOR them, they will cancel out. And since 1 doesn't have anything else, 1 will remain. So that is a property we'll use. So result equal to 0. And then what you do is you say for int I equal to 0, I less than num size. Oh, sorry. So num size. Num size I plus plus. And we have a very simple operation here, which is result equal, basically you JOR everything, all the array elements. So result equal to result by result. So result JOR num psi, right? And then in the after the for loop, you return the result. Basically, you say return. Now see here, you say run. So result here, there is a typo, result, result. Okay, here. Oh, okay. So you see, when you also do Python, you end up mixing the two languages. So in this case, I forgot to declare result in the C style, which is with a type and the name of the identifier. So unlike Python, where you could just say result equal to 0, here you have to say int, you have to tell what is the type of the result. So now you see here run. For okay, before okay, something is missing here. For okay, now you see run. Okay, it's accepted. Now it's a submit. And in fact, it says that it beats 100% of the submission. So I think that could be because we are doing it in C and most people are doing it in Python, which will be relatively slower. So now let's try to do this in Python, just for the completeness sake. So in Python, if you see, we don't have to declare the type of a variable. So it's a result and there is no semicolon. Apart from it, is basically pretty much same. And you need to remember that range len nums is a way to basically walk the whole array or list. Because you see the len nums would be, in this case, for example, if you take this case here, len nums will be what? 3, right? But the indexing will happen from 0 to 2. So you will basically walk the whole list. And since we are not accessing anything like I plus 1, so that you have to do minus 1, so there is no need to do minus 1. You need to understand that the range functions takes a integer. So you can't pass range nums. A lot of people make that mistake. Range nums. No, don't do that range nums. You have to range some number. Now from the list, how do you get the list length? You say len nums, right? And then range goes here from 0 to that number minus 1. So in this case, for example, the length is 3, but the indexing happens from 0, 1 and 2. So basically 1 less. So that's why. Now you see run again. And this is accepted. Now do you submit? Basically pretty much the same algorithm we use in C. But you see it still took 4 milliseconds. It says beats 57%. So that's because Python is relatively slower, being interpreted language, scripting language is slower than C. So I hope it was a great experience for you, and you'll continue to exercise your Leetcoding facility. And with that, I will see you in the next video. Om Namah Shivaya.